The third addition to Harwick. It was the end of a busy day. Daisy, the diesel rail car, was heading back towards her shed. When she got there, she noticed that Ryan wasn't in his shed.
Well, that's strange. Ryan should have been back by now.
Daisy decided to stay awake. That way she would know that Ryan would return safely. Time passed and Ryan still hadn't returned to his shed. Daisy was about to fall asleep when she heard a familiar whistle. Ryan had returned at last.
Oh, Ryan, you're back.
You didn't have to wait for me.
I just wanted to make sure that you arrived back safely. Now, let's get some sleep. We'll talk some more in the morning.
You don't have to tell me twice. I'm exhausted.
And with that, the two friends fell asleep. The following morning, Ryan was telling Daisy what happened the other night.
The goods train I had to pull last night was extremely heavy, and there were 2 broken signals.
You poor engine! You had a rough night.
Yes, indeed. You know, the workload has been increasing for the past few days. Maybe you can give me some help whenever you're not busy.
Oh, honestly, Ryan, you know I don't pull trucks. But still, we do need someone to help out with the extra goods work.
So who do you think that can help me out? Samson?
Oh, I don't think so. For a tank engine, he sure is full of himself. Well, how about Stanley?
From what I heard, he's too busy working at Great Waterton.
Maybe I should tell Sir Topham Hatt about our predicament.
That's a good idea.
A little later, Daisy was heading up to Brendam Docks. As she was travelling down the line, she saw a red signal and had to stop. While she was waiting, Emily stopped right next to her.
What's on your mind?
Ryan is feeling exhausted since the goods work has been increasing lately. So I'm gonna ask Sir Topham Hatt if there's anybody that can help him out for a few days.
Maybe I can help.
The two engines looked and they saw Philip, the box cab diesel, in a siding.
I'm very fast and I'm very strong and like to be really useful.
Well, I will ask him, but don't be disappointed if you don't get chosen.
Philip agreed and he raced away. Emily looked over at Daisy. She looked very concerned.
Are you sure about this? Philip can get overexcited sometimes.
That is true, but he should be given the chance.
Fair enough.
When Daisy returned from Brendam Docks, she saw Ryan in his shed looking hot and bothered. Daisy was about to say something, but was cut off by a familiar horn.
Sir Topham Hatt has chosen me to help out.
Daisy smiled at Philip. Ryan, however, looked very stern.
You will take care while you're working, right?
Absolutely.
He'll be fine.
I hope so.
That afternoon, Philip was shunting some empty trucks. He was having a wonderful time. Unfortunately, he wasn't watching where he was going. Ryan was watching Philip and was not impressed.
Be careful, Philip. Those buffers aren't as strong as they used to be.
Thanks for telling me, Ryan. I will be careful.
Later, Philip was backing down to a small goods train, but he wasn't being careful.
Take it easy, Philip. Trucks do not like being bumped.
Right, of course.
At 4 o'clock, Ryan was about to set off to collect some trucks of bricks from Brendam Docks when Philip arrived.
Say, Ryan, can I collect those trucks of bricks, please?
Well, I suppose so, but But if the trucks look too heavy to pull, come find me and I will pull them.
When Philip arrived at Brendam Docks, he could see a long line of trucks, and they looked very heavy. Philip seemed worried, but that didn't last long.
Those trucks don't look too heavy. I think I can pull them.
So, Philip coupled up to the trucks and set off. As Philip was heading down the slope near Harwick, his heavy load pushed him on. He tried to stop, but he couldn't.
Oh no, I can't stop! Somebody help!
Daisy and Ryan were in their shed when they heard a familiar horn. Philip raced into the yard. He was scared. To make matters worse, the points weren't set. He went into a siding where the unsafe buffers were. Philip and the truck smashed through the buffers. His driver had jumped clear before the crash. Philip was on his side, covered in brick dust, and his front buffer beam was badly twisted. Daisy and Ryan were horrified.
Oh no, Philip!
Quick! Somebody call for help!
Soon, Emily arrived with Judy and Jerome, the breakdown cranes, and Sir Topham Hatt. Philip was loaded onto a flatbed.
Sir Topham Hatt told me that I'm not quite ready to help on a branch line. Maybe I should run on branch lines after all.
Oh, come on now, don't say that, Philip.
We all learn from our mistakes.
Maybe someday you'll get a branch line all to yourself.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
After that, Emily took Philip to the diesel works and the two cranes back to Knapford Yards.
We still need somebody to help us out.
Daisy agreed. Then she had an idea and raced away to tell Sir Topham Hatt. When Daisy explained her idea to Sir Topham Hatt, he agreed at once. Daisy returned to her shed. Ryan was waiting for her.
Who did you recommend?
Wait and see. It's a surprise.
The next morning, both engines woke up to a loud whistle. They saw an engine coming towards them. The engine stopped right in front of them.
Hello there. My name is Glenn.
Nice to meet you. Thomas has told me so many things about you.
Thomas has told me so many things about you too. And thanks for taking me to the steamworks last night, Daisy.
You are welcome. I bet you're ready to start work.
Indeed I am.
Glenn was as good as his word. He shunted trucks and pulled goods trains. After a few days, Glenn was rewarded to work at Harwick branch line permanently. Ryan and Daisy were pleased to have Glenn working at Harwick branch line with them, and Glenn was proud to be a really useful engine once again.